9:32 coming up at 9:33. I'm with Dr. Bernie Lalonde from the Chrysalis Rejuvenation Clinic. Questions about Botox, questions about all kinds of things today, and we are going to Facebook right now for this question from Anne-Marie. What's the difference between filler and Botox? Good question.
Good question. Okay, well, Botox is a medication that blocks the transmission from the nerve to the muscle. So basically, it doesn't allow the muscle to contract once the Botox kicks in. Okay, so it has an active effect on the nerve ending. Whereas filler is a relatively inert substance that you inject to fill in a fold or a line. Mm-hmm. So it just acts, a bit like a cement, that we were just talking about earlier. But of course, it's a very soft product. High hyaluronic acid is the active ingredient in most fillers. It is present naturally in our skin, and that's why it looks natural when it's injected properly.
Oh, is that right?
That's right.
So we're just adding to...
Exactly. I mean, of course, the body is a constant machine that turns over and produces new stuff. So you're getting constant breakdown of hyaluronic acid, and you're getting production of it.
Does that process slow down as you age then? Or your skin's just aging and it
what
gets
happens
wrinkled?
is the balance gets shifted towards more destruction, less production.
Gotcha.
Okay? So instead of having that nice balance that we have when we're 20 and 30, all of a sudden we're losing more than we're making as we grow older.
Fair enough. Sounds reasonable.
I hope that answers your question.
I think it does. Yeah. I believe we do have a phone call. Who's our first phone caller there? Lorna. Lorna is on the telephone. Lorna, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. Thanks for calling today. And what's your question for Dr. Lalonde?
Yes, earlier in the year, I had hyaluronic acid injected into around my mouth and into my around my eyes. After I'd had that done, they brought me back and they did the laser treatment to look after rosacea. I didn't think I had rosacea. I just thought I had these wonderful rosy cheeks, but they said I had rosacea. So I went in for that, and when I went home that night, my eyes started to swell. And honestly, my right eye looked like I almost had a baseball on it, and my left eye was smaller. I phoned the office the next day, and the nurse said, "Oh, when that happens, just ice it." So I iced it until my eye ached, but it didn't take the swelling down. It took about a week to get the swelling down. And now I have two nice bags underneath my eyes. So I went back to the doctor, and he said, "Oh, well, he did the right eye, and again, but he charged me for it. I really didn't think that was right." Well, maybe I just can't hold on to that hyaluronic acid because it's gone again, and now I have two nice bags under my eyes that I didn't have before.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So different things can happen to different people.
Well, absolutely. And there's several issues here. I think, number one, did he take pictures before you had the procedure done?
Yes.
Okay. So, you can obviously compare the before and after pictures to find out if indeed you had any bags at all previously. The second thing, hyaluronic acid, as I just explained, is the ingredient in most fillers. So Restylane and Juvederm, which are two of the commonest ones, are products that are used. Now, whenever you inject, particularly around the eye, it's a very vascular structure. So the chance of bruising is probably in the 10% category. Now, to countervene that, you have to apply a lot of pressure, a lot of ice immediately after the procedure to prevent that from happening. Having said that, even though you take all the precautions in the world, you can still bruise. Now, bruising, of course, goes away.
Right.
It goes away with pressure, with icing, but it can last a couple of weeks like it did in your case. So that is not unusual, but it's one of those unfortunate side effects.
Right.
Now you're left with baggy eyes. So it has to be assessed. I mean, if it's really excess loose skin, then probably no amount of filler in the world is going to work to do that.
Right.
And then you may be looking at the potential of
surgery,
blepharoplasty. So you have to have a look. And if you have lost confidence in the person that did this in the first place, go get a second opinion.
A second opinion and assessment somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we got another caller. Debbie is on the telephone. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Very good. What's your question?
I have been taking regular Botox shots as well as I've started Juvederm.
Yes.
The Juvederm was for the marionette lines.
Yes.
As well as filling my cheekbones. Now, what they found was it should last a year to a year and a half. and instead it lasted about 3 weeks, and they said my body metabolized it so quickly. Is there anything else I could do as fillers other than the Juvederm?
Well, yes, there definitely is. I mean, I would say the Juvederm-like products, and Juvederm and Restylane occupy 95% of the Canadian market. They're both high hyaluronic acid products, and they're sugar-related. So, although rare, it can happen that people metabolize these products way too quickly. And if that is the case, as it sounds like in your situation, I would go to and look for other fillers, and there are several on the market. There's probably about 7 or 8 different fillers in the Canadian market, and even though Juvederm and Restylane occupy 95%, the other ones are not sugar related, and you can go to a clinic where you can have these done. Sculptra would be one, Radiesse is another, so that's what I would explore.
Yeah. She needs to come see you or somebody else, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other options to hyaluronic acid products.
Some great questions today, and again, before you do anything, get an appointment, get an assessment done. Right?
Yes. You know, and as I say, there's nothing wrong. I mean, there are enough of us doing this in the city that if you don't feel confident with one person, or you just want a second opinion, you know, you can. I mean, most of the patients that come to me have shopped around.
Yeah.
You know, and
nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's your prerogative. You know, like so you can go and get a different opinion from various people, and then make up your mind who you have confidence with, and what they lay out as an option for you.
Yeah. And fellas, be careful if you're going to get a gift certificate for Christmas. You know, be careful. Make sure you're doing the right thing first. Dr. Lalonde, have a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Good to see you.
Okay.
We'll see you in the new year.
Yes, we will.
Absolutely. Dr. Bernie Lalonde is at the Chrysalis Rejuvenation Clinic, and it's in Carlingwood, right?
No, Westgate.
Westgate. I'm sorry, Westgate Shopping Center.
Right behind the Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah, and things are looking better along Carling Avenue in that area.
Fantastic, finally.
Yeah, finally, yeah. We'll be back with more of CTV Morning Live right after this.